Hello, everybody. Hebro77 here, and I'm here with yet another vintage action figure review. And today we will be reviewing the 1984 Duke. And there are two different versions of this Duke. There was the 1983 Millaway version, and there was the, of course, carded figure, which I have here. I was so lucky to get this. As you can see, this card is kind of coming apart a little bit. Well, let's talk about 1984 Duke, for this is the only G.I. Joe full card back that I own. All the other ones, I do have a lot of file cards, vintage file cards, but this is the only full vintage card back that I've ever had the fortune of getting. Now, 1984 Duke, this Duke in particular, mine, has all of his accessories, except the only thing missing on this Duke is the American flag on this shoulder. And for some reason, I do have the American flag, so it isn't missing. I guess technically it is a complete figure. It was on this leg for some reason. I have no idea why it was there. But let's talk about the accessories for a minute. But first, let's talk about 1984 Duke. This is the leader of G.I. Joe for 1984, was replaced in 1985 with none other than that of General Hawk. Now, this was the only leader I had for my G.I. Joes growing up. We will sit him off to the side for now, because we are talking about this guy, 1984 Duke. Now, you notice that my figures keep falling over. It's because I don't have him on a stand, and the reason for that is because he does have a chipped foot on the bottom of that foot and another chipped foot on that foot. Let's talk about the accessories. First, we have your standard green, olive green helmet, which came with a lot of the G.I. Joes. And if you see ones with holes in the side of the helmet right here, there are several of these. One of my examples that came with a lot of my Joes, let's see, I can't find any of my helmets right offhand. Here's one. You could tell when you've got an original Duke helmet because the other helmets that came with accessory packs or other Joes were either gray or a darker shade of green. Now you could tell right there that this is in fact Duke's helmet. Put those together there. Another accessory he came with was the binoculars, or binoculars, whatever you want to call them. These are some oddly shaped binoculars. Men would use these in the field, and that's his binoculars. Put those there. And a field pack unit. Now, from what I heard from the review that Hooded Cobra Commander gave, this field pack unit is a remold of the 1984... Shoot, I can't think of his name right now offhand. It's the one that has the psychic powers, and he's Native American. He's the second G.I. Joe Native American. I can't think of his name. But here you see a rolled up sleeping bag. Nice detail there. And what I call a shit shovel. Sorry, I know this is supposed to be a kid-friendly show or whatever, but essentially that's what it is. And then you have, I can only assume, either where he would put his extra ammo, or maybe even some field rations in there somewhere. Or maybe that's even inside the bag itself. And then we have, of course, the machine gun, which my card contact stains is missing on this. Let's see if we can see it here. It just says machine gun. Something. Assault pack machine gun. It is a machine gun, nonetheless. And I don't know. I just thought this was a pretty cool. Was it Airborne? Yeah, it was the Airborne guy, I think. Anyway, go to Hooded Cobra Commander's channel for that review. And he also has a pretty decent Tiger Force Duke review. And he knows more about these guns than I could tell you, but it's just a a machine gun, a green machine gun, looks like, with a nice looking stock here. So anyway, there's that. And let's look at the card back. Since I have the full card back, my flash just went off, by the way. I have the full card back, and here it says Staff Sergeant, codename Duke, and we'll look on the back. As you can see, other cross sells for the figure at the time in 1984. Bazooka Soldier. Notice there's no name on there. That would have been Zap at the time, I do believe. We have Rock and Roll. We have Communications Officer. That would have been Breaker. There's Tracker. Notice they don't have the actual names of the G.I. Joes for the cross-sell figures, but they have the what they are. And there's Snow Job, Arctic Trooper. Let's see here. Master of Disguise, of course, we know that's Zartan. Master of Disguise. Mercenary, that's Major Blood. Just all these different things. We have Mutton Junkyard. They're Dog Handler. Medic, which of course is Doc, because Lifeline wasn't out. We look at the price of the G.I. Joe at the time, $3.49, Sears. So this was a Sears toy. And now let's look at Duke's file card. If you could see it here on the Duke, First Sergeant, codename Duke, and his brand, of course, is G.I. Joe. File name, Hauser Conrad S., and his social security numbers are RA213757793. Hooded Cobra Commander gives more details about this. Birthplace, St. Louis, Missouri. Grade E6 Master Sergeant. And let's see, his primary military specialty is listed as Airborne Infantryman. I said that weird, I know. Secondary military specialist, artillery, small arms, armor. And Duke was fluent in French, German, and English when he enlisted in 1967, graduated top of his class at Airborne School, Fort Benning, opted for the U.S. Army Special Language School, specialized in hand-to-hand combat in Chinese and Southeast Asian dialects, went to Special Forces in 1969, worked with tribesmen in the boonies of South Vietnam, ran 4 different Special Forces schools, turned down the commission in 1971, commands by winning respect. Current assignment, acting First Sergeant of the G.I. Joe team. Woo! That's a lot to get through. This guy's can do everything. It just goes to show you why he is the leader of G.I. Joe. And here's their little statement that they make after the facts. It says here, statement after declining commission, they tell me that an officer's job is to impel others to take the risk so that the officer survives to take the blame. In the event of total catastrophe, with all due respect, sir, if that's what an officer does, I don't want any part of it. That was a lot to get through, and that's pretty neat. I kind of like that. He was actually supposed to be moved up in ranks to a higher rank, an officer. I think that's interesting. I never knew that. And this, of course, full card back says he came with swivel arm grips. So let's take a look at Duke. This is 1984 Duke. His arm bends 50 degrees at the elbow. You can swivel He's got swivel arm battle grip, which means you could swivel the arm all the way around. His legs bend up this way so much you can bend his leg. Oh, fuck! I just broke his crotch. His crotch just... Damn it! Help me, Hooded Cobra Commander. You're my only hope. You can bend his knees at 95-degree angle. Oh, man, I can't believe I just did that. And his waist was attached by a rubber O-ring. I'm almost afraid to freaking look at it. Oh, my gosh. And, the only real problem that I and a lot of other G.I. Joe enthusiastic guys have is the smile. The smile that's on his face. That cheesy, gotcha smile. I do love the shirt. I love the painted details on here. I do wish that this grenade had better painted details. Let's see. Do I got my other Duke figure in here? No. Can't believe I just broke his freaking crotch. Oh, man. Sorry, Duke. Oh, boy. Anyway, up here you got medals on the chest. So, this figure was in pristine condition besides the cracked feet. And now, besides the cracked feet, he now has a broken crotch. So that was my G.I. Joe review on the 1984 Duke. And if you like this video and you know how to fix broken crotches, please like it and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. My next review will be for this guy right here. 1985 or 1984 Halo Jumper Ripcord. Haha, I finally got his name right. And remember, like Hooded Cobra Commander always says, only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. But I believe that G.I. Joe is on the go. Where did that crotch piece go? Damn it! Son of a bitch! Sorry, I get there went that family-friendly rating, didn't it? Oh, man, I can't believe I just broke his crotch. I mean, that piece just came... Here it is. Nope, that's a leaf. Damn it. Until next time, this is Hebro77 saying, so long, everybody. I wonder if I can replace that.